Hey guys, how's it going? So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my Marlin XT 22 TR rifle that I've got here. Kind of what I've done to it, what I plan on doing with it, and my experience so far. To start off with, I kind of had a rocky start. I had some pretty serious failure to extract issues. It just would not extract that spent case. I would have to get in there with a small tool and pry that case out of there. Pretty serious issue, I'd say. So I called Marlin about it, and they gave me a return number, had it shipped off to them, and within about 2 weeks I had my rifle back running 100%. So kudos to Marlin for really taking care of me in that aspect. They got it back to me fast, and it was fixed, so I'm happy with that. What I've got going on here with the stock is just a Duracoat job I did myself. It didn't turn out as good as what I had hoped, so I was thinking about having this rifle dipped, hydrographic dipped, in probably a multicam pattern. I think that would look really, really great, just a sick addition to this rifle. But for right now, it's wearing a Duracoat job. I did add a small piece of Picatinny rail to the front side under here, and that's just for mounting bipods and such. So you can see some of the fine details I didn't get with the Duracoat, so not too crazy about it, but it'll work for right now. So that's my fault. I should have taken my time better. I went with the tube-fed version of this rifle. They do have a magazine version, but I like the tube-fed because you can get a higher round count. I think the magazines are 7, maybe 10 rounds, and I think you can get 16 or 17 rounds of 22 in here, and just a ridiculous amount of 22 shorts. So I went with the tube-fed version. I don't need to have the magazines dangling out there. If I'm shooting from the prone off of a bag or something like that, I don't really want the magazines extending down. So this worked better for me, but they do have the magazine version if you're interested in that. The bolt knob is a little small for my tastes. I wish there was a way I could add a larger bolt knob, probably something that's clamps on there. I'd like to do something like that, but for right now it's good. It is kind of smooth. They did add a little bit of texturing, if you can see that, around there. It's not much though, so that bolt knob is pretty much completely smooth, I would say, and that's not something I'm too worried about, but I'd like to get something a little bit bigger if I could. The trigger is outstanding in this rifle. You can adjust this trigger, I believe, but it was so great from the factory, I just left it as is. You just take the stock off, adjust a screw, a set screw I believe, and you can adjust the poundage of the pull. So, but I was really happy with it, so I just left it. Another thing I'm not too crazy about is the sling studs that they have here on the rifle, in the front, in the rear there. They're just kind of molded in plastic. I don't run a sling on this rifle, so it's not a big deal. It's just a small cost-saving measure by Marlin, I'm sure, to keep the cost of this rifle down. But I was kind of disappointed to see that, but like I said, I don't use them at all, so to me it's not a big deal. But if it is to you, you might consider that. The stock itself is good, though. It's nice and sturdy. It's very ergonomic around here, around the pistol grip area. A good checkering, not super aggressive, but you know, it's enough to give you a firm grip on the rifle. So the bluing is nice, good high quality bluing. Everything was just really great about this rifle. Once Marlin got it fixed up, it's been good to go. The scope mount that I'm running on there, if you can see that, kind of a Picatinny style scope mount that mounts to the top of the receiver. It's made by DIPProductsinc.com. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there you go. So if you check them out, they do have some really high quality scope mounts for Marlin rifles, and I went with this one. I think it was about $40, and it's just super high quality. It gives you a couple slots worth of adjustment to get your eye relief set up on there. Really happy with it. Worth every penny in my opinion. I just love it. There are a couple other cheaper options out there, but for me, I wanted to go with this one. It seemed right. So the scope that I'm running on there, I'll probably do a separate review on that scope sometime in the future. It's a good scope, very low cost, but for a 22 rifle, just fine. It works great. I do have a flashlight mounted on the scope there. That's just for in case there's a small critter at night or something like that. I can just go ahead and grab this rifle and dispatch that critter, no problems. So overall, I'm just super happy with this rifle. It's been great. Very fun gun to shoot, and very cheap to shoot as well. Very accurate. It's always fun to hit what you're shooting at, and this rifle definitely does that. So, thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.